I'm sitting here with Urban and Bridgette Pozzuto. They are divorce attorneys, but not your typical divorce attorneys. They are collaborative divorce attorneys. First off, thank you so much for joining us. Collaborative divorce, that's a new term to a lot of people out there. What exactly is a collaborative divorce, Bridgette?
Yes, in collaborative divorce, the parties and the counsel agree to stay out of court. We agree not to litigate. So we're there to problem solve and come to a resolution, and we sort of take the adversarial nature out of the negotiation. Which I think is wonderful.
With the divorce rate the way that it is, 50%, even higher than that, this will help out a lot of couples. What got you interested, first off, in this kind of divorce?
Well, we were able to see, because we did so much litigation, what litigation would do to families. Litigation destroys the families, destroys the possibility of going forward in a functional way. And we learned that with the collaborative divorce process, people are able to restructure their families in a healthy, healthful way.
And I think that's wonderful that you come in as an outside party. When there's so much, and I'm going to use the word hatred in a divorce in a lot of cases, people tend to forget about what it's going to do to the family. Not just them, but their kids, whether they're young and old. The emotion part of a divorce and what it can do to wreck a family, that's something that these people really have to take into consideration. So is it for everyone, or could a traditional divorce be good for some people as well?
Well, it's not for everyone, but we try and educate people that come in with regard to the benefits of collaborative divorce. You can insulate your children from the conflict that's harmful to them. You can preserve your privacy so you don't have your personal finances or your business finances in the courtroom. And that appeals to a lot of people. So if all they want to do is fight, then that's one thing. But this is really an option if they're not really wanting to make a mess out of their situation.
Are there times where both parties are in this situation? I mean, do you get a whole room full of people? Explain, in layman's terms, not use anybody's specific names, but give us an example of a client that you might have had where they came in and, just paint us that picture.
Well, I remember specifically I had a client who, when he came in, he explained that his wife was having a downtime. She was literally in the bottle, so to speak. And he was thinking about maybe a contested custody case might make sense for him. And I educated him what a contested custody case might look like and how long it would be, how expensive it would be, and most importantly, the impact it would have on his children in the long run. Now, after the collaborative divorce process, both of them have been able to work together, co-parent, and the kids are doing splendidly.
And would you say that in the order of importance, children, finances, privacy, or is each client different? In my opinion, it would be the children, but then there's a lot of people out there that might not have any children and they just want their finances to be their own finances. I'm sure you've seen it all.
We allow our clients really to decide what their own priorities are, and that's the beauty of the process. We're able to explore what their interests are and what's most important, and we accommodate that.
All right, now from the shortest period to maybe the longest period, how long of a process does this actually take? Does it depend on how many children, what the finances are? Can you get this done relatively quickly?
Well, in terms of complexities, obviously the number of complexities determine how long of the process it may be. And the complexities are not just substance related, but also relationally. So the process could last anywhere between typically 4 months to maybe 8 to 9 months at the outset, at the longest. Typically, though, we're in the average is somewhere around 6 months.
All right. I mean, you would think that as adults out there that they would want cooler heads to prevail. At the end of the day, it's just to make both of their lives easy. So hopefully you take the emotion out of it, some of the hatred out of it, and it sounds like a collaborative divorce is the perfect avenue for a lot of couples. All right. So how can someone contact you?
Well, they can call for an appointment at 216-241-4244, or they can just visit our website at urbanfamilylaw.com.
Years ago, Brian had come to my practice, I'm a clinical psychologist, and talked about a collaborative divorce option, even when I didn't realize I was going to one day be a candidate for a divorce. And I was very impressed with the process, but I was very skeptical. I remember asking him specifically, how is it that a couple can collaborate well enough to go through a collaborative divorce, but still need a divorce. If you can get along that well, why are you getting divorced? And Brian's response was that with the right support and with the right team in place, it is possible. And that absolutely was my experience. We went from a place, the last few years of our marriage, of being very blame-focused and anger-focused, to being able to collaborate and negotiate and find that we had a lot more common ground than we realized. And once we put that common ground at the forefront of the process, everything else just began to make sense. And the choices that we made were logical choices, putting the kids first and creating a future for us that we can still live with each other, see each other, co-parent with each other in a way where we don't have anger and resentment, like I think many of my friends do who went through a litigated divorce.
All right, well, thank you so much, Brian. Bridgette,
Thank you, Michael.
I greatly appreciate you coming on. Wonderful information for people.